My favorite place to look for designer jewelry is Luxury Bazaar. They carry unique statement pieces that elevate your look with both new and vintage designs at a fraction of the cost. Thank you to Luxury Bazaar for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out their website, linked down below. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. We have an early Christmas present from Chanel. Today I will be unboxing and sharing my first impressions review of the brand new Spring Summer 2020 collection Desert Dream. About a week ago now, I did a preview where I showcased all of the available products, and I did say that it was coming sometime in December. I did not expect for it to arrive before Christmas, so this is a very early surprise. My box arrived yesterday. Free overnight shipping, of course. So I took everything out, I took photos, I swatched these pieces on the back of my arm, but I have not applied anything to the base. So I'm very excited to put these products to the test and to create a makeup look today. Now, if you are watching this and you are about to go on strike because it is far too early to talk about Spring Summer 2020, I completely understand, but don't worry. This collection is not going to ship out to Chanel retailers and counters until sometime in January, which is still really soon. But you still have a couple more weeks to enjoy your festive holiday makeup before you even have to think about this collection. But if you're an early bird, it is available right now on Chanel.com. I purchased the Balm Essential in the shade Golden Light. I picked up 3 shades of the new Ombre Premier Lac. I have Vastness, Rising Sun, and Quartz Rose. This is the new Longwear liquid eyeshadow. Very excited to try that. I have the Warm Memories eyeshadow palette. This will come as no surprise. And then I also picked up the Eclat du Desert Illuminating Powder. Chanel has come out with so many highlighters recently, but I was just too curious to skip it. I have them all here today, so I will do some comparison swatches. I skipped out on the nail polishes for now. The colors look really beautiful, but I know I can wait to see them in store. They are more spring-summer colors, so I don't feel like I'm in any rush. I'm still rocking my sparkle nail polish for now. I skipped out on the Stilo Ombre contour sticks. Again, I'm going to revisit them, but I want to see them in person. I didn't feel comfortable doing a blind buy. And then I also skipped out on the 2 lipsticks. They both look very beautiful. Today I'm wearing the Le Rouge Crayon de Couleur shade 27 Bois Rose. This was the shade, or one of the shades, that they came out with last spring, and it looks nearly identical just based on the photos online, but I feel like I can achieve a very similar look with this lipstick. Starting with the new product launch, the Ombre Premier Lac is a long-wear liquid eyeshadow. These retail for $36 each. They are designed to be worn alone, or you can use it as an eyeshadow base. And many of you commented on my preview video that you had experience with an old formula, so I will be very curious to hear your thoughts on how they compare. This is my first experience with the liquid eyeshadow from Chanel, so I'm very excited. When you open them up, it looks very similar to a Rouge Allure ink, but no, this is not a liquid lipstick. The top is glossy because these aren't matte, they are actually luminous eyeshadows. When you twist them open, you see it comes with a doe foot wand applicator. It's slightly tapered, which I think is really nice. It's suggested that you blend these out quickly because once they dry, they won't smudge. So here are the swatches. This is 32 Vastness, 24 Rising Sun, and 26 Quartz Rose. Once the formula dried down on my arm, I used my finger to try to manipulate, smear, and smudge the eyeshadow, and it truly would not budge, so I think that's a great sign that these really are going to be long wearing. I was really rubbing, a lot harder than you would ever rub your eye area once your eyeshadow is set. So you can see how they compare. Here's a swatch of the Dior Show Liquid Mono. It's very similar to the Quartz Rose, but the Dior has a lot more sparkle, which is to be expected. The Dior liquid eyeshadows were launched as part of their holiday collection. These are spring-summer, so it's a lot softer of a look. I personally really love this Dior. In fact, I wore this 4 days consecutively after I purchased it because I loved it so much. I used it to do my makeup for a big holiday party, and then I just didn't stop using it. So for an evening, special occasion, date night eye look, I think the Dior with the sparkle and the shimmer is very beautiful. I actually did wear this for a daytime look as well because the rose gold is pretty soft. For an easy but beautiful everyday eyeshadow look, I think the Chanel liquid eyeshadows will be perfect. They're luminous enough that they do still have a little bit of life, a little vibrancy, and it's a very quick eyeshadow application. I mean, all you have to do is dab a little bit on the lids, blend it out with your fingers, and head out the door. It doesn't have the sparkle or the drama that the Dior has, but we'll have to see if it applies just as nicely. Before I begin to finish my makeup, I want to open up the Warm Memories eyeshadow palette. This retails for $62, and between the two palettes, this one looked very warm and rich and more like something that I would really get a lot of use out of. I really love these colors. It's a bit dark actually for a spring-summer palette. There's not a light shade in this quad, but it's still very pretty, and I like how you have a mix of textures. So this shade up here is more matte, and then this peach down here is very luminous and shimmery. As I was swatching these shades on my arm, I was really impressed with the buttery smooth texture of the shadows. They feel really nicely when you use fingers. I brought you in a little closer to try on these eyeshadows, and I'm going in with Rising Sun Ombre Premier Lac. I have a flat shader brush, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid. I love the color. When swatched next to the Dior liquid eyeshadow, it doesn't look anything special. It doesn't look as sparkly and dramatic, but on the lid, I think it's the perfect amount of shimmer. Next, using Warm Memories and a fluffy brush, I'm going to pick up this beautiful mauve shade right here. And I'm going to buff that in the crease. Ooh, I love, love, love this eyeshadow color. And it blends really easily. I'm obsessed with this eyeshadow. It is so pretty. With a more compact eyeshadow brush, I'm going to pick up this dark mauve. And I'm going to pop that right in the outer V. Give our look a little dimension. With my original flat shader brush, I'm picking up the peach, and I'm going to pop that right in the center of the lid. I can still see the luminosity of the liquid eyeshadow underneath, but you can absolutely layer these eyeshadows and it still looks really smooth. Last but not least, I've taken a small precision brush and I'm picking up this shade in the top corner, and I'm going to run that underneath the lower lash line. And then we've used the liquid shadow, we've used all 4 eyeshadows in the quad, which is very simple to do. They're all very complementary colors. I love when an eyeshadow quad isn't complicated. You can look at it and sort of know what you can do with it right away without having to really think, okay, well, if I use that, then I can't use this. Makeup shouldn't be that complicated. I finished with eyeliner and mascara, and this is the complete eye look. I love these eyeshadows. I think they are so silky and smooth. That buttery texture that you can feel when you swatch them and when you touch them. It's just like that on the lid. So easy to blend, to apply. They play really nicely with the liquid eyeshadows, and even if a product isn't bad, sometimes that can be a deadly combination. It can flake and just layer awkwardly, and it doesn't always look really nice on the eyes. But I think my lids look really smooth. There's no flaking, no chunks. This doesn't look thick. And I will say that it does go on a little bit thin, so you can apply a very sheer layer and then slowly build it up from there. It's not clumpy, thick, just like a giant coat of liquid eyeshadow on the lid. Now to finish my face, let's go ahead and open up the Eclat du Dessert Illuminating Powder, what feels like the 50th highlighter that Chanel has launched in the past week. So this is beautiful. It comes in a large compact with the gold CC emblem. Inside you get the little half moon brush, just a nice little detail. And then I absolutely love the beautiful desert motif embossed on top. What's really gorgeous is that it's textured, so you can actually see waves as if it's waves in the sand, not just the little etching, but you actually have kind of this raised, bumpy, sand dune-like effect. It's very beautiful. Like all of the limited edition highlighters, this retails for $70. What stands out about this highlighter is the texture. When I swatched this with my fingers, I was really surprised by how it felt. The feel is actually very similar to the Chantecaille Blur powder that came out not too long ago in the really gorgeous compact. It feels so soft and delicate that by simply touching it with your finger, it kicks up a little bit of the dust, but it's very smooth and creamy. I imagine that this is a very delicate powder. If you dropped this compact, it might crack into 1,000 pieces, so you're gonna wanna be careful with it. But it's very interesting. Chanel has come out with a lot of highlighters, but they're all very different. So you can see side-by-side comparisons. Here's a swatch of the Duo de Camellia. Here's the Eclat Magnétique de Chanel Metal Peach. And here's the Eclat du Dessert. Just by swatching it and rubbing my finger around, you can see there's a ton of dust in there. So I'm gonna be very careful to pick some of that up with my brush. And let's see. That's pretty bright. That's a lot brighter than I expected. I guess because it is a little bit of a lighter pink, it will stand out and give you a nice glow. It reminds me a little bit in effect of the matte baked radiance powders from Laura Mercier, in that it is a highlighter, but it's a little bit softer. The last product I have to put to the test is the Balm Essential in the shade Golden Light. I believe the transparent and the sculpting came out last spring, summer, but this really caught my eye. It has this beautiful kind of bronze golden glow. And I'm just gonna use my finger. I already have a lot of highlight on my cheeks, but I'm gonna use my finger to apply a little bit. And let's see if we can tell a difference. I really like the color, actually. I think this glow stick is going to be better for anybody with a medium to deep skin tone. It may actually be too dark if you're fair to light, but it's really pretty. I don't think anybody's ever been this glowy in the desert. My skin does not look dry at all. It looks very hydrated and refreshed. Ooh, see, yeah, on the nose, that has almost too much color. My makeup is finished, and this is the complete look using the Desert Dream collection. Overall, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'm extra glowy because I doubled up on highlighter between the balm and the powder, but that's okay. I really love the eyes. I think the palette and the liquid shadows are beautiful. I love the combination of the two, and the color story for this collection is stunning. The soft, sensual mauves, the really pretty kind of sand dune coral peachy pinks. These colors are beautiful for spring, summer. I'm not sure I'm ready to live in these colors just yet. Christmas is next week and I'm still hanging on to my glitter and sparkle and festive colors, but come next year, I'm really going to love playing around with all of these pieces. There's not a bad product that I picked up. I mean, I cannot wait to keep playing with the liquid eyeshadows. The palette may be one of my new favorites, and even the highlighter, which I wasn't sure I was going to love. I thought it would be different from the others, and I really wanted to pick it up so that I could compare. But actually on the skin, I think it's so beautiful. I know that I'll get a lot of use out of it. It's something that I would probably pack with me for trips or kind of take with me as my daily highlighter because it is a little bit softer and more smooth in texture. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. If you don't like that crazy, kind of outrageous, blinding highlight, this would be really nice. If you don't already own Metal Peach, you may want to try the Eclat du Desert. It's beautiful. Overall, I would say Chanel did an incredible job with this collection. Is it a bit early? Yeah, I'd say so. It's a little bit early. I'm not quite here yet mentally. I still need to hold on to 2019 a little bit longer, but these colors and the products themselves are incredible. The new product launch, the Ombre Premier Lac, is amazing. And I was sort of unsure how I would feel about it because I did pick up that Dior Liquid Shadow last minute and completely fell in love. I used it so much and I thought, ooh, comparing the two, we'll see what happens. But this cream eyeshadow, I mean, it's really smooth on the lid. So I am impressed with absolutely everything here. Regardless of what you decide to pick up, if you decide to get anything, I think you'll be really happy with it. And that completes today's video for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing these pieces in action. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, your questions down below. I'm very curious to hear from you guys what you think about the collection. If there's anything that stands out to you, drop me a comment. We'll keep the conversation going. As always, I will be linking all of the products mentioned, everything that I used today on my face, down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.